As was mentioned in the intro, I write poems around the Red Riding Hood tale, and these are new poems that are different from the ones that are in my chapbook, which I will sell tonight if you want me to. So, I will just tell you who is speaking, just to make sure that everybody's on the same page. So this first poem is called Red Riding Hood's Prayer, and it is Red Riding Hood who is speaking. I want that tingle of tongue on nipple. I need that nip, that stinging nibble on my neck. Oh, I want wolf paws to paw me, heft me naked against naked body. Animal, taste me, wrist, finger, throat. Animal, eat me, nipple, thigh, knee. Yes, I know all about sin. In her darling house, grandmother teaches me everything. In her darling house with pink carpet, portraits of geese and sunflowers sunning sinless necks, feather and flesh stretched bare for the harvest. Before bed we kneel, grandmother and I, and she bids me close my eyes, absorb the Holy Lord. She whispers, we know the weakness of people to temptation. Each night through slit eyes I peek, try to catch a glimpse. Glowing robes, white hair, and does he have wings, a tail? He is never there, and grandmother whispers, we will strive, Lord, for moral and ethical perfection. And in the mornings, my body scrubbed holy in the porcelain basin, my body rinsed holy by the water, and my skin yearns for sun, my curves yearn for some hot touch, but I must remain modest, hide beneath yards of heavy cloth. Alone in the forest, I think, why not? I'll tear it off, and I'll wait like a tender nectarine, wait for someone to sink teeth into me, my skin buzzing like moonlight, like a glittering hive, wings whirring silver in silver spring, and, sensing his musk rushing through lupin, alarmingly blue, what will I sacrifice? Here is my thigh. Oh, animal, will you taste it? How will I explain it? Will I be forgiven if I only think about sin? Forgive me, grandmother, for imagining this tear in my cloak, these leaves in my hair, this bite on my hip, this kiss dripping honey from my lips. Woo! You didn't drink it. The speaker in this next poem is the wolf. After the affair, wolf tracks Red Riding Hood. Back in August, back in auburn afternoons, you, smooth poison, slid your silky lips across my skin, glittered my mind with your smoky eyes, ignited the white-hot wick that hissed my catastrophe. You must have worn your criminal smile as I slept, and you wrote, the story is written, I must turn back. Now I scan January for your tracks. I have seen your slippery shadow sharpen on the icy path. Everything is black. My paws ache. I clamp open traps. In their jaws I place a glossary of August, a diamond chalice, my ankle, my clavicle, for bait. I snatch naps. In my sleep, your voice sparkles as we pant by a fire's blaze. Your presence casts a bath of amber lamplight in my brain. When I wake to sniff you out. For you, I've fashioned this cage of flame. The speaker in this poem is the grandmother. And it's called Grandmother Sees Wolf in the Garden. This morning I lay down in soft grasses. I lay down near a pond, its silver water trembling inside its green circle, the pasture. With quiet lips it whispered, I shall not want. I shall not want to be a waterfall, white shatter, turquoise tongues licking emerald mosses. When I dipped my palms into the cool water, when I drew the water into my mouth, I could taste the metal tang of want, taste the satin pond unslipping its stitching, ripping its limits apart. Now, through the window, I see a shadow, open-mouthed, darken poppies with its indigo, its blue fur and violet fang. Oh, grave and disastrous animal marking my garden, how would it feel to have such a fine nose, wet sensitive to the rush of scents, musty wings, fine fur musk, sweet spray of urine on willow? How would it feel to have such ears, triangles pricked to the slightest tick, rabbits passing in tall grasses? To have such eyes, pupils dilated to drink rodents pouring from hole to hole? How would it feel to be driven by hunger, to never question your needs? How would it feel to know nothing of God, and to eat, oh to feast, in blue moonlight to strike such delicious innocence and fleece, to scrape tooth against bone, drink the white leak of marrow, all its salty stars? And this last one is a third-person narrator, but it's about the grandmother being inside the wolf. Inside the wolf, grandmother becomes a dancer. She is all glitter, sinew, his thudding heart, her throbbing metronome. She whirls, weightless, turning and turning in the gauze of beginning. She is a hummingbird glimmering inside a glass cage, thrum of feathers glittering pink and green, smattering his insides with the bright sugar of survival, until his mind is a wild whirring, a hyacinth blooming, white shimmer exploding from his skull. There is no turning back the blossom's ecstatic clock, no stopping grandmother now in her umbilical wilderness, her second coming, somersaulting and thrashing as wolf sweats and retches, his eyes sewn shut with the silver thread of regret. Swirling, she thinks, this is love. From her lips, words swim gold-finned and brittle dark. She whispers, honey, hatchet, teeth, scissors. She sees blown glass blooming dozens of eyes. She is blue evening, opening her cool mouth to taste everything. A hummingbird unzipping air like a dying star. Burst of white light. Love's lovely ashes. Thank you.